Welcome to the news on Enyimba TV. We are reaching you from the commercial city of Aba. First, the headlines. 11 passengers die in auto crash near Wike Junction along Enugu-Aba Port Harcourt Expressway. Serap urges President Tinubu to probe spending of $1.5 billion World Bank to state. NLC rejects police explanation on action at its headquarters. Thanks for joining us on the news at this time. I am Mary Ihejirika. Now the news in detail. 11 passengers have died in an accident involving a commercial bus belonging to Abia Line Transport Company Limited, with 2 babies said to be among the victims. The incident happened near Wike Junction, precisely Apunibu Ebelu Mbuto section along the Enugu-Aba Port Harcourt Expressway on Sunday at about 12:45 p.m. According to an eyewitness who spoke to Enyimba TV, the driver of the Sienna bus lost control after falling asleep and hit a truck before crashing into the bush, resulting in the deaths of the passengers. Also, footage viewed showed sympathizers weeping profusely and trying to evacuate the victims from the road. According to reports, the only survivor of the crash was the driver of the vehicle, which collided with the stationary truck. Nigeria Union of Journalists (NUJ) Abia State Council is reiterating its call on Abia State government to liaise with the leadership of military formations in the state in changing the strategy of forcing commuters to alight from their vehicles and trek across checkpoints. The NUJ, which said this in a communique issued at the end of its congress held at the Nation Secretariat in Umuahia, expressed dismay that passengers were being forced to alight from their vehicles and made to trek while passing the checkpoints before being allowed to continue their journeys. The communique, which was signed by the chairman of NUJ Abia State, Victor Ndukwe, and the secretary, Ikechukwu Onwebu, said that the ugly experience was being noted at NNPC mega station along Umuahia Okigwe axis of Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway, Umuahia Uzuakoli Road, among other spots. It described the practice as dehumanizing and a form of torture to the passengers. Abia State Governor says it is waiting on the State House of Assembly to put in place some legislative matters before it would conduct local government elections in the state. He said this during a media briefing with journalists in Umuahia, Abia State capital. He, however, exonerated the former Commissioner for Health, Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo, who was earlier suspended and later resigned, of any financial impropriety, adding that the report of the panel set to look into the activities of the former commissioner did not indict her of any financial malfeasance, but said some procedures were abused. The former Commissioner for Science and Technology, who recently resigned from his appointment, Governor Oti said the former commissioner had no case with him as governor or the government of Abia State. Abia State government says it has conducted investigations in response to the complaints by some civil servants about deductions in their salaries. Governor Alex Otiwa, responding to questions by some journalists, said the migration from the use of the 2018-2019 tax rate to the current tax rate in deducting the taxes from salaries was responsible for the difference. On minimum wage, Oti said that the government has set up a committee to look into the issue as it awaited more clarifications from the federal government on the matter. According to him, the government and the Nigeria Labour Congress are already interfacing to work out a solution that would be practicable and within the state's meager resources. Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) is demanding an immediate apology from the federal government and the Nigeria Police Force (NPF) following the invasion of its national headquarters in Abuja by security forces. The call was made despite the explanation given by the police authorities that the NLC building was never the target of its operation, and also stating the reasons for the raid. However, after an emergency National Executive Council (NEC) meeting of the NLC, the Labour Centre rejected the police's explanation for the invasion while dismissing it as an afterthought designed to obscure the real motives behind the government's actions. In a communique signed by the NSC President, Comrade Joe Ajero in Abuja, NEC expressed deep concern over the August 7 invasion, which took place shortly after a critical meeting to discuss the welfare of workers and ongoing nationwide protests against poor governance and hardship. Poland says 7 of its nationals did not fly Russian flags in Kanu. Andrzej Zijana, Polish Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, told private radio station that the 6 students and the teacher were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Department of State Services said upon their arrest had accused the 7 police nationals of playing a suspicious role in protests against government policies and economic hardship. Warsaw University also said in a statement that the Chancellor of Bayero University in Kanu assured it that the students are safe and are currently in Abuja. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) has asked President Bola Tinubu to probe the spending of World Bank loans obtained by the 36 states and Abuja for poverty reduction and social protection. SERAP specifically urged the President to direct the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi-San and appropriate anti-corruption agencies to promptly and thoroughly investigate the $1.5 billion loan and the mismanagement of the Chinese loans of $3.121 billion obtained by the federal government. The civil society organization, which made the demands in an open letter and signed by its deputy director, Kolawole Oluwadari, also called for the prosecution of all indicted persons and the recovery of any proceeds of corruption. SERAP further urged him to instruct the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, to jointly track and monitor the spending of the $1.5 billion World Bank loan to Nigeria's 36 states and Abuja. The management of the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) has denounced what it described as misleading information circulating in the media regarding the payment of 70,000 naira minimum wage to corps members. A statement signed by the Director, Information and Public Relations of the Corps, Eddie Megwa, said corps members, parents and members of the public should know that no directive has been received from the relevant sector of government responsible to raise the allowance of corps members. The statement explained that corps members already know the approved channel and mode of communication in the scheme and should therefore ignore misleading information accordingly. Then NYSC, however, admonishes corps members to desist from allowing mischief makers who are set to mislead Nigerians from continuing to play on their intelligence. The ruling All Progressives Congress has begun consultations with the leadership of the Senate to facilitate the reinstatement of Senator Ali Ndume as the chief whip. This is according to the Deputy National Organizing Secretary of the APC, Nzechi Diduro, who confirmed the ongoing consultation, which he said might not necessarily be conducted in public. Duru, however, said the onus is on the Senate leadership to decide if it was the right call. According to him, the APC is a law-abiding party that is willing to welcome back prodigal and erring members once they are willing to retrace their steps and abide by the party's constitution. Nigeria Air Force says its operatives are stepping up efforts to curb the activities of oil thieves in the South region. It says strikes from its aircraft destroyed 13 illegal refining sites during an operation conducted around the Imo River. Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force, AVM Edward Gapquet, in a statement said the operators of the illegal refining site took the advantage of the difficult terrain to engage in their illegal activities. He said that one of its most successful operations conducted along the Imo River near Obuzo and Okoloma, several active illegal refining sites were discovered to be taking advantage of the difficult terrain to perpetrate their illegalities. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues with foreign business and sports updates. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. Now the news continues. We begin with foreign. Paul Kagame has been sworn in for a fourth term as Rwanda's president after winning 99% of the vote in last month's election. While some hail Mr. Kagame for bringing peace and stability to his country after the 1994 genocide, others accuse him of running a repressive regime in a country where ordinary people are afraid to openly criticize him. Rights groups say the margin of his electoral victory is proof of the lack of democracy in Rwanda. Only 2 candidates were allowed to stand against Mr. Kagame in the July 15 election. In his 4 presidential elections, he has always gained at least 93% of the votes. Several African heads of state were among the many thousands who attended the ceremony in the packed 45,000 capacity Amahoro National Stadium in the capital, Kigali. And on business, there are strong indications that the Dangote petroleum refinery may not roll out petrol on Monday in line with its earlier schedule. President Dangote Group Alhaji Aliko Dangote had last month projected that the refinery would begin the production of petrol between August 10 and 12, 2024. But multiple officials close to the development say that all is set for the refinery to begin the production of the much-awaited premium motor spirit before the end of August. The sources, who do not want to be mentioned because of the sensitivity of the matter, disclosed that the company is 100% ready to pump up petrol as planned. However, they said the low supply of crude may impact the process. And finally, from sports, United States won the 33rd edition of the Olympic Games in Paris, but it was just by the skin of their teeth. They topped the 2024 Games medals table by winning 40 gold medals after the final of the last event of the Games was decided on Sunday. But they only finished above China by virtue of winning more silver medals than the Asian giants, scooping 44, while their foes had 27. China were the last team, apart from the US, to top the standings when they did it on home soil at the 2008 Beijing Games. Japan were third with 20 gold, 12 silver and 13 bronze for a total of 45, while Australia were in 4th place with 18 gold, 19 silver and 16 bronze for a total of 53. However, only 12 African teams made it to the medals table. Kenya led the lot after garnering 4 gold, 2 silver and 5 bronze for a total of 11 to finish in 17th place. Other African countries which made the medals table include Algeria, who were placed joint 39th with 2 gold and 1 bronze for a total of 3. With a sports story, we'll wrap up this edition of news on Enyimba TV at this time. But before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. In the news, we told you 11 passengers have died in auto crash near Umueka Junction along Enugu-Aba Port Harcourt Expressway. We also told you that Serap has urged President Tinubu to probe spending of $1.5 billion World Bank to state. And we told you that NLC has rejected police explanation on action at its headquarters. That's a package of news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the production team, I am Mary Ihejirika saying to have yourself an amazing day.